What do women want? Money, power, success, independence, a loving relationship, just to be heard and noticed? Or do they really want two middle-aged white guys in a basement mansplaining their favorite movies to them? Welcome to You've Got Mails, everyone. All right, man, you ready to get this thing going? I'm feeling pretty good about this one.
Oh yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, nice.
This fucking guy, feeling pretty good about it. Neck deep in a basement remodel, work's kicking my ass. I gotta get this thing edited in a fucking week. All he's gotta do is come in here and lay down a few witty one-liners and he's out the fucking door.
Did you say something?
Yeah, man, I said let's do it. Are you okay that heat dome getting to you?
No, I'm good, yeah. Okay, yeah.
What a douche. Let's get this on with sugar tits.
Sugar tits? Huh? Welcome to You Got Mails, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm here with CJ. And on today's episode, we'll be talking about 2000's What Women Want.
Whew.
I remember when Mel Gibson wasn't problematic.
Do you?
Pepperidge Farms remembers. I gotta say before we even started
there was like a point which Mel Gibson was fucking awesome. And then he literally crucified the Lord and Savior and went completely off the fucking rails.
Yeah, when talking about this particular movie, had you seen this before?
Yeah, like right after it.
Yeah, like 2000. It was kind of a big deal when it came out. I feel like this was a pretty big hit, and everybody was kind of seeing it, talking about it. I feel like I might have watched it with my aunts and my grandma. I'm not sure. I feel like this was like a VHS rental, when I was staying over and we watched it. You know,
exactly. I did not go to the theaters to see What Women Want.
Yeah, and if I could go back in time, not knowing what I know about Mel Gibson, and watch this movie, I would have a completely different review and score and feeling about this movie than current me, who knows what a piece of shit Mel Gibson is now.
And it's interesting when you really think about it. It really works for this movie because he's so charming in this fucking movie, but we now know his inner monologue.
Exactly.
We know what Mel Gibson wanted, and it was genocide.
It's not good.
It was calling
it wasn't good.
Police women sugar tits.
Oh, Mad Max, what did you do?
It is insane. It really comes around full circle on this.
Yeah, but it's just, I'm watching this and I'm thinking, in 2000 this movie came out, you're watching him and yeah, he's a piece of shit in this movie, but he's so charming and you know he's a good guy. So the women are probably loving him and the guys are oh, what a guy. Then you watch it now and he's a piece of shit in this movie and you're well, this guy's a fucking piece of shit in real life. So It's kind of hard to separate the art from the artist at this point.
Dude, for real.
But let's get into what an awful human being Mel Gibson is. Or should I say, Nick Marshall. Because that's who he plays in this movie as Nick Marshall. Did you watch the movie, CJ? Have you seen the movie?
This fucking guy.
Huh? So yeah, Mel Gibson plays Nick Marshall. He's an ad man for a ad company in Chicago. And we get some narration by his wife, who is in the process, his ex-wife, I should say, Gigi. She's in the process of marrying a second time, it's her wedding day. And also some from his daughter. And his wife is just saying, he was a consummate, man's man. The
hairiest chest.
Yeah, chauvinistic, misogynistic, just not a good guy. And she kind of explains it.
I love the line that his daughter says when she's talking to her friends. Mm-hmm. She goes, my dad's always been like an uncle to me. Yeah, Uncle Dad.
Yeah, so you get the impression he's not in his daughter's life. He's literally had nothing to do with raising her, it seems like. He's just... like you said, an uncle. But the wife goes into, gives us some backstory on Nick. And he was raised, his mother was a Vegas showgirl. So he was brought up in the dressing rooms, backstage, with all these, showgirls. And then instead of father figures, he would have basically, it looked like mobsters, gangsters, pimps. She would just kind of surround him with whatever guys were around at the time. And the guys that hang out, with Vegas showgirls, I guess, aren't the best role models.
I would say, if I heard of a child being raised in these conditions, I'd be upset about it. And I'd want that child out of that condition. But if this was me, I'd want to be in that condition.
Oh, yeah.
I would want to be in those situations. That sounds like an awesome way to grow up.
But here's my first problem with this movie, which I've got. This movie, I think, has all kinds of problems.
Oh, yeah.
But does that make any sense to you? You were raised pretty much by women, around women. How does that turn you into, a chauvinist? You would think that he would be more attuned to women as opposed to being completely fucking aloof and not having a clue what women are talking about. He should know what women want.
That's a great point.
Yeah, he's not...
I didn't even think of that.
I get it, you put him with some guys that, aren't the best guys and are out there smacking asses. But, you're surrounded by these women, this kid sees some guy, smack a showgirl on the ass, and, you figure mom's like, some guys are just assholes, honey. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to be an asshole. But no, he turns into the biggest asshole on the planet and probably shouldn't have.
So he learned all the wrong lessons.
Apparently he was with these guys more than he was with the women. But like every scene, it's like him in the dressing room, like on stage with the girls. The girls all love him. You'd think they would all be giving him good advice.
Nope.
And none of them were.
No.
It's a damn shame. So, we get this insight into why Nick is the way he is, and then we actually meet Nick. Nick wakes up. He has a maid, and he's already just kind of a shit to her. He's calling her babe. He smacks her on the ass. There's a lot of assault in this movie. He's bossing her around, and, she just kind of laughs it off. This is a theme. We're going to see, like, for the first part of this movie, we're going to see how these women react to him and what he thinks they're thinking.
He's got money and power.
He does.
I'm surprised this wasn't a Weinstein joint, to be honest.
But she's picking up, like, women's underwear cleaning up around the bedroom, and you can tell he's a womanizer. He sleeps with a different woman every night, it seems like.
He's also an ugly smoker.
This guy smokes like a fucking chimney in this movie.
Yeah.
But did you notice, like, after he gets the powers, he doesn't smoke anymore?
When he's a good guy, he doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah.
Because there's even a point toward the end in which he kind of backslides. First thing he does.
Grab a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. This movie has depth, is what it has.
Totally. That's like the most cliche way to show that your person's growing. So have them quit smoking.
But for the first, like, 30 minutes of this movie, this guy, rarely does he not have a cigarette in his mouth. Like, he's smoking at work. Like, it's everywhere. But, so we meet him. He leaves the apartment. He gets a cab ride to the office. He stops at a coffee shop, immediately assaults a woman. So as he's walking into the coffee shop door, this woman is walking out with like
I forgot all about that.
Like a foam carrier of coffee cups. He bumps into her on purpose to spill coffee on her and then pretty much grabs her boob to like clean her off. And she's just smiling and giggling the whole time.
I don't remember a time when this shit worked.
This man is not a ladies' man. He's a fucking predator. Like, this isn't okay. From there, he cuts in line. He cuts in front of everybody at the coffee shop, and we meet the lovely Marissa Tomei.
Absolutely.
Aunt May. In this case, she's playing a girl named Lola. She works at the coffee shop. And Mel Gibson is just relentless trying to get her to go on a date with him. You get the impression, I mean, she flat out says, like, every day you're in here asking me this, every day I say no. Like, you just got to stop. And he won't stop. He's working on it.
You can't stop Mel Gibson.
Yeah, and you can tell that, like, I mean, women are attracted to him. He's a handsome man. She's attracted to him, but she's also kind of knows what he's about and doesn't want to get hurt. Like, she's looking for like a serious relationship, not a one-night stand. So she keeps turning him down. From there, he leaves and he goes to the office. We meet his like shithead buddy. I don't even think this guy has a name.
Frat brute, bro. Frat douche number 4.
Yeah, he meets his buddy Chad, and they walk through the office, and we find out that Nick has a meeting with the head of the company, and he thinks they're going to be promoting him.
Yeah, man. Alan Alda's in this movie.
He is. But he thinks that he's going to get promoted to the new creative director. That's what they're looking to hire. He's been there for a long time. He's really good at his job. He's like the top ad man at this agency. On his way up to the office, we get all these interactions with like these different women that he works with in the office. He's telling inappropriate jokes at work to the one woman, and she's just laughing it up with him. Thinks he's hilarious. There's another woman who's not even like, he fat shames this woman. She's not a big woman, but she's not like,
she's not tiny.
She's not like thin as a rail either.
Yeah.
She's like a normal, healthy sized woman, but she's going to eat a Danish, and he's like, oh, no. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I'd have been like, fuck you, it's my third. Just shoved it down.
Yeah. Don't touch my Danish.
Yeah.
Keeps on walking. We meet his assistant, and she does everything for him. And he's...
This is Sarah Paulson, too.
That is Sarah Paulson, yeah. I will say for this movie, there is a strong female cast in this movie. I mean,
seriously.
There's so many, like, big-name stars, I feel like, in all the female lead. It's not like they just got, like, Helen Hunt and then filled in the rest with, you got Marissa Tomei, Sarah Paulson, Judy Greer.
Bette
Midler.
Yes.
Like, it's fucking insane.
Delta
Burke. It's insane the amount of star power that they filled these female roles with, which is great because for as big of a fucking shithead as Mel Gibson is, you need to like counterbalance that with like some really solid women. But Sarah Paulson, his assistant, you can tell that he treats her like shit, and she does everything for him. Like,
you don't even have to say it; it's implied. Like if the person's got a vagina, he's treating her terrible.
That's very accurate. But he can't do anything for himself. Then we do meet Delta Burke and another woman who, I guess, their role is not clearly defined.
Fixers? Like, doers?
They're in his office, they work with him, I guess they're also assistants. I
Maybe
don't know.
copy editors or something.
Maybe, because
Honestly, they kind of seem like goons.
they do. They absolutely do. They're kind of like his henchmen, it seems like.
Yes.
And they're the only two women in this movie that don't ever seem to have a problem with him. And we'll get to that in a minute, like why I say that. But
I guess they're just old school.
yeah, it's just they're ride or die. They're his ride or die crew. Like these are the two women that he doesn't like ever hit on either. Or like he never says anything chauvinistic to them.
They're probably like old showgirls.
They might be, and he brought them along for the ride. Now
You think that might be it?
They're doing copy editing.
Yes.
But they're saying, hey, you got this meeting with the boss, Alan Alda's character. You're supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. He's waiting for in his office, and he's like, all right, girls, we're moving up. We're going to the 40. So wherever he's going, he's taking them with him.
Hell yeah.
He goes up to Alan Alda's office, and Alan Alda breaks it down for him. We do all of our marketing is aimed towards men. It's Swedish bikini teams. It's girls in lingerie, and that's not who's buying right now. Like women, he says women ages like 18 to 24, they decide where the money's spent. We need to get like a strong, some female perspective in here. And he finds out that they've hired this woman who he just learned earlier in the day had been let go from her other. Well, they don't know if she was fired or she quit. There's just a rumor that like the big head of the rival agency has left. And we find out that Alan Alda has hired her. And this is Helen Hunt's character, Darcy. So Mel Gibson didn't get his promotion.
I love Helen Hunt. I really do.
You said that whenever we rolled this.
I don't know why, man.
I was not. I mean, I don't.
2000s era Helen Hunt was.
I mean, more power to you. I got nothing against Helen Hunt.
For teenage CJ, that was all I needed.
If you're listening, Helen Hunt.
Yeah. Boy, my inner monologue's getting terrible right now.
Yeah. So we find out that she's been hired and Nick doesn't get the promotion. So he goes back down to the office and he lets his goons know that they won't be moving up yet. He implies that he's going to get there one way or another.
I'm going to sink this woman.
Yeah, exactly. We cut to, their first meeting with Darcy's character, Helen Hunt's character, Darcy, with the whole sales team, the whole ad team. And she's just kind of giving them the spiel. We don't do things right here. We target everything towards men. I put together a little box for you. And it's like this little pink box. And it's 10 or 12 items meant for women. They're looking for ads like geared towards women. And they're shopping around for
these are leads.
Agency, yeah.
Let me ask you something about Darcy in this situation.
Okay.
They spend 2 scenes talking about this woman's accolades. Like, she is apparently the best that's ever done this.
Yeah. She's highly regarded.
Why would any company fire her? Like, why was she a free agent?
Well, so that's the thing. I think when they first start talking about her, the rumor is she's left the company that she's with.
Yeah. Oh,
but they don't know if she was fired or what happened. I think Alan Alda headhunted her and went and picked her up to come over there. I don't think she got fired.
Okay.
I think that she was offered more money to come to the company that they work for.
Okay.
Also, this is her first day on the job. First meeting.
She comes in hard.
She comes in with like all these boxes of stuff. Like she was doing this stuff off the clock, man. It's fucking solid work by Darcy.
I love how there's even the part where he basically refuses to take a box and she just uses her gigantic dick energy to throw a box down the fucking table at him.
And he has to take it.
Yep.
And she lays it out for everybody. She's like, these 11, 12 products, I want everybody to go home, look through the box, pick 1 or 2 or all of them, and come up with an idea for a campaign. So, I want some ideas. I want to see what you guys can do.
Oh, and on the strong female cast tip, you catch Anna Gasteyer.
Oh, yeah.
Is one of the people in the, just throwaway character.
Yeah, she's one of the ad women, yeah. So, we cut to a scene where Nick is at home, smoking again. Smoking like... This guy's apartment has to just fucking stink. He's constantly smoking in the apartment, drinking a whole bottle of wine, and just trying to decide, what to do with all these products, and, trying to come up with ideas. Because, whether he likes it or not, he has to have something in the morning when he goes into the office. This is actually a really good scene. He starts using everything on himself. He's got a pore cleanser on his nose. He's putting hair volumizer in. He waxes his leg.
Yeah, that looks painful, and it looks like he actually waxed his leg.
It does. Yeah. I mean, you say what you want about Mel Gibson. The guy was a hell of an actor. I'm sure he went all in on this role. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about it. It's played up for laughs, but in the same situation, you need to know what these products are. You need to try them out. I would do this in the same situation.
Yeah, well, what is he supposed to? What is he? Was he not? He's got to do something.
Yeah.
So he's putting on control top pantyhose. At this point, his daughter walks in. We find out that earlier in the movie when he stops by his ex-wife's wedding. You know, they're going on a honeymoon for 2 weeks, and he's gonna have his daughter. She's not overly happy about it. He's not overly happy about it, but it's whatever.
The wonderful Ashley Johnson.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
What is she from? I recognize her, but I don't know like what.
She played she kind of got a little weirdly big playing a waitress in the Avengers for one quick scene. But
Really?
she's also Ellie from The Last of Us. She played Ellie's mom on the TV show.
Oh, okay.
She's one of the main cast of the Critical Role show. Like, she's in a lot of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Somebody that you just see here and there.
Okay, I recognize her. All right, very cool. But she walks in with her boyfriend, who's played by Eric Balfour. His name's Cameron. This guy was, I don't know how I know this guy's name, or I just recognized him. He was big in the 2000s. Like, I feel like he was in, like, a lot of, like, young teen, maybe a little bit more edgier stuff. Like, because I know he was in, like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
I think he was on...
he was on Buffy.
6 Feet Under.
He was on 6 Feet.
He was the boyfriend, right?
He was, yes. Yeah. He was on 6 Feet Under. But, you know, they walk in on Nick, and he's wearing control top pantyhose. He's got, like, a giant piece of, like, hair missing off his leg. He's got his pores exfoliating. His hair's all poofed up. He's about to put on a Wonder Bra.
Hey, somebody walks in on you doing something weird, you just have to own it.
You just gotta own it, and he does. He's like, I'm just doing some stuff for work, no big deal.
Yeah.
But super awkward way to meet your daughter's boyfriend, who we find out is 18. And
see, I would have called him in. I'd have been like, hey, man, I need to try this wax out on somebody.
So you know, he's 18, she's 15. Nick's not overly happy about it.
Cool.
It's not cool. And we find out that he's asked her to prom. So, you know, they're going to go to prom together. It's at this point, you know, the daughter storms off because Nick kind of puts his foot down and says that she's not going to prom with him, and he's not happy about it. She storms off. And one of my favorite things that ever happens in a movie, they actually say the name of the movie in the movie, because Mel Gibson is in the mirror, and he's like, what do women want?
At what point?
And I was like, he said the thing! He said the thing! I stood up and I shouted at my television. And my neighbor was like, shut the fuck up! And then after he says the thing, like a fucking Rube Goldberg experiment, machine happens where he like knocks one thing over and then slips on a bunch of marbles. Well, not marbles. I guess they're bath beads. I'm not even sure what those were.
Yeah, I think they were bath beads.
They were part of the project. And he's like bouncing all around. He's got a hairdryer in one. He grabs onto the hairdryer, I guess, to stop himself, and it's plugged into the wall. He falls on the edge of the tub, realizes he almost died. Like, he's like, oh God, I'm holding a plugged-in hairdryer. I almost fell in a tub full of water. Also, why is your tub just full of water? Like, you weren't ready to get a bath at this point. Like, you've got control top pantyhose on. You were about to put on a bra before your daughter or boyfriend walked
control
in.
top pantyhose.
It rolls off the tongue. So, you know, he clearly wasn't even going to get in the tub, so I'm not sure what he was doing. But then, like a fucking idiot, he's like, oh, whew, I'm okay. Doesn't survey the area, stands right back up into the bath beads, and slides and falls into the tub.
And electrocutes himself.
But had he not at least stood up and got 1 foot out, he probably would have died. So he jumps out because the hairdryer is like falling in slow motion from the air. He gets out of the tub. He's got 1 foot still in the water, 1 foot in the ground. The hairdryer falls in. He gets zapped and falls flat in his face.
Let me ask you: have you ever been electrocuted?
So when I was younger, I was at a party and someone had a taser.
Ooh.
And they were tasing everyone, and I got tased. But that's like the extent of it. I don't think it was a very strong taser. It wasn't like one of those ones that shoots out. It's like one of those ones you push up against somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it just like, it tightened my muscle,
those
but it didn't really do anything
they're meant to like
else.
stop you for a second. Make you think about what you're up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been electrocuted about a half dozen times. 2 of them pretty serious. No special powers. Like, I have a heart murmur now.
Can I ask you a question?
Like, heart palpitations. That's what it gave me.
Were you wearing control top pantyhose at the time?
No, but the bath.
That's probably it's probably the control top pantyhose. So he falls like flat in his face, out. His daughter is home at this point. She went off to her room. No one finds him till the next morning when the maid comes in. And in my mind, I'm thinking the daughter like came out a few times to grab a sandwich and saw him, was like, oh, great, he's fucking dead. Like, she didn't even care.
Glad he's got 2 bathrooms.
Yeah. So the maid comes in and he's just waking up from this, and she says, oh, what the hell kind of freaky shit was he into? Like, what was he doing?
Zero concern for this. She's just like, it's Tuesday.
Like, this isn't the first time she's found him in a compromised situation.
Not at all.
My guy is in control top pantyhose and nothing else. And she's like, just another day at the office. Nothing to see here. She walks by and like he hears her say this. He kind of shakes it off, gets up. And then she is just talking mad shit on the guy. You know, she's like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. There's a pregnancy test in the tub and like some other weird stuff.
He's going to make me make him a fucking bagel.
Yeah. And he's like, wow, you really got an attitude this morning. She's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. We can see that like she is just thinking these things. Like she's not actually saying them, but he can't figure it out yet.
Of course.
He thinks that like she's just talking back and he's like, whatever.
I couldn't help but think this whole time is like, what was Jim Carrey up to?
Oh.
Like, why wasn't... This is a Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah, you know what?
This is Liar Liar. This is The Yes Man.
Yeah.
It's physical comedy.
But do you buy Jim Carrey as like a ladies' man?
No.
Yeah, I think that's your problem. I think that's where you go wrong with that, is that Jim Carrey would... Like, he would be great at the physical comedy and like the... I'm losing my mind, I can hear all these things kind of thing. But no one's going to buy him sleeping with Marissa Tomei or just being like just a stud in general.
That's true.
Yeah. And so he goes out to catch a cab, and we've got the woman that works the door at his apartment building, and she, she's saying, like, she's into him. Like, she's like, oh, hey, sweet ass. Like, hey, man. And just thinking, and this is where he's, like, starting to realize that, like, she's not actually talking to him, but he's hearing things. He freaks out, decides he's going to walk to work, and as he's walking through the park, every woman that walks past him, he can hear their thoughts. Even, like, a dog.
Yeah.
Which I was like, he played real fast. I was like, how does this power even work? So he can hear female.
Oh, if you're asking questions, you're already too far.
he can hear female dogs, like what they're thinking. But like every woman that walks by, and like this literally, this is the point where I want to ask you, like, would you want to be able to read people's thoughts like he can?
Oh, absolutely, man.
You would?
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't.
No?
No, God, no. Like, first of all, I'm too insecure as it is. Like, I don't have very high...
You just want to imagine all the terrible things they think about you.
Yeah, I'd rather than actually hear them. And also, like, just imagine, like, the things you would hear that, like, you shouldn't hear or don't want to hear. Like, just people's, like, traumas and, like, just awful things they're thinking. Like, that would be so much.
Yeah, but
like, too much to handle.
Trade-off.
Really? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it. That's with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't have that.
Marissa Tomei taught me that in a movie.
That's right. It wasn't this one. So, he's hearing all these things, and he realizes that he can hear women's thoughts. So he gets to the office, and, frat boy Chad runs up to his little lackey buddy, and he's kind of talking to him. He's like telling him, I can hear everything they're saying, like, and he doesn't buy it. And then this is where we get this great... I really liked parts of this movie, like the scenes, because we get the first scene of him walking through the office and we see how the women react to his chauvinistic behavior.
It's like a mirror scene,
and his perverse jokes. And the first time he saw this woman, he told her this awful joke that was sexist, whatever, and she just laughed and like played it off. Now she's walking towards him and she's got her head down. She's like, oh, just don't make eye contact. I don't want to hear one of his other stupid jokes. He gets
Judy Greer walking by. Holy shit.
I love Judy Greer. And she plays this like meek little, it's like a receptionist or a secretary. And she doesn't talk to anybody. Her head's always down, but she's always thinking these thoughts like nobody notices me. Nobody would miss me if I was gone. And he kind of first hears that.
It's painful to hear.
It is. And,
I'd miss you, Judy Greer.
This is like one of the few early on moments where Nick's character, like, you can see he kind of has a heart. Because, like, he hears this and he kind of stops and he's like, oh, what? Like, that's not good. Like, he can tell, like, he's concerned. The best way I can put it. But he works his way up to his office and he sees the girl with the Danish from earlier and she's eating, like, an oat cake now instead. And she looks at him and she thinks, like, oh, your body's not that great either. And he's like, yeah. And then he gets to his assistant and she's just, oh, I got your cigarettes are on your desk and this and that. And then in her mind, she's like, I can't believe I went to Ivy League school and I have to deal with your bullshit. Like, you're awful. And he's just like, oh, my God. Finally gets into his office and Delta Burke and the other woman are there.
This is one of my favorite things in the movie.
They have no independent thought.
Yes.
Like, he can't hear anything they're thinking because they don't think.
Yes.
Like, they just like him. And like I said, like, it's so weird to me. Like, they're his goons. Like, I want a backstory on these two women. I want to know what their role is.
The idea is, like, they have no inner monologue. They're just there for him.
Yeah, it's very strange, though. Like, they have no thoughts. Like, not once in this movie are they in a scene where they think anything. Like, everything they say is all they say.
And multiple times, he just looks at them, like, confused.
Yeah, like, why aren't you thinking anything? We got to a scene where they have like little breakout meetings where they're discussing all the products, and he's in there with, like you said, Anna Gasteyer. Helen Hunt's leading it. His buddy's in there, and they're looking for ideas for the products. And he brings up the lipstick and says, my first thought was like a beautiful woman in a bikini under a waterfall. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work. So he starts like listening to everybody's minds. The one woman says she has an idea for Advil. And Anna Gasteyer's character, her inner monologue is saying, she loves Advil because she can take it when she's pretending to have a headache when she doesn't want to have sex with her husband.
Which I thought this idea that, she comes up with, that he comes up with, is actually kind of solid. Like, I don't know. I think that was a funny commercial.
I hated this part of the movie. So he interrupts because he hears what she's thinking. And he says, all right, I have an idea for an ad. A woman in bed. She pops an Advil. Her husband kind of starts rubbing her back suggestively, and she rolls over and goes, not tonight, honey. It's an Advil night. I have a headache. And they're all like, no woman would do that. And like, literally, she just thought that.
Yes.
And even she denies it. And I'm like, why don't they just admit that like it's really something that they do and that it's a funny fucking idea for an ad?
Yeah.
But they all are just kind of like, no, not going to work. We hate it. So he doesn't get to do that. So from here, he just kind of, that's his one scene at work. He goes home and he's had this horrible day where he's heard like all these women's thoughts. It's driving him absolutely insane. He walks in to his daughter and her 18-year-old boyfriend making out on the couch.
Yeah.
And obviously he's not happy about it.
Hand up the shirt.
Yeah. It's gross. And rightfully so, he like freaks out and kicks the guy out and yells at his daughter, and they fight again. And then from here, this motherfucker tries to reverse Freaky Friday himself.
He gets electrocuted so many times.
He doesn't get electrocuted in this one, does he?
Yeah, he gets hit by lightning.
Oh, does he get hit by lightning during this scene? Did I miss it?
Yeah, which honestly, have you ever seen those badass lightning scars?
Yeah.
I kind of want to get hit by lightning. Like, if I could be guaranteed that I'd live, like, that is a cool tattoo.
It's like a horrible stutter and a giant scar. That's how you want to go through life.
Look, Scottish listener, Google this. Look up the cool-ass lightning scars. Like, I want that. Right across the face. I'd have to become a professional wrestler.
Don't try to suck up to the Scottish listener after you talk shit on Scotland in last week's episode about the goats and the cows or whatever.
German listener. So, what I need you to do... Germany's still with me.
Everybody's with us. But so, yeah.
As long as you're not with Mel Gibson, German listener.
So, yeah, he puts all the stuff back on, like the control top pantyhose. Setting a record for the amount of times any man has said control top pantyhose. And he does all the stuff again, puts on the same song. He's listening to Meredith Brooks' CD he stole from his daughter's backpack.
I kind of dig the music.
I do too. I mean, I'm not a big... There's a lot of Sinatra. That's not really my thing.
Not exactly, but a lot of the other music. But it's used
well. Yeah. Like, it is used well. And he goes out in the balcony and he holds the hairdryer up plugged in and just waits. I guess, according to CJ, gets struck by lightning. I completely missed that. I just thought it didn't.
Yeah, he totally gets hit by lightning.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even notice. I thought maybe I must have looked away. I just assumed it didn't work because he still had the powers the next day. So he goes to his psychiatrist. Or it's a psychiatrist that him and his ex-wife had seen. Like a couples counselor.
The only one that he knows, basically.
Yeah, he doesn't know where to turn. It ends up being Bette Midler.
Awesome.
She's great. And the little bit that she's in, it's a very small role. She's in it for about 3 minutes. And he's trying to convince her that he can hear thoughts.
She had a bigger role. He made it go away.
Maybe.
He's not a fan.
Oh, God.
Sorry.
Jesus. And he talks to her. He's trying to convince her that he can hear women's thoughts, and she's not buying it. She's like trying to set him up with like a specialist, to deal with like mental health issues. And he convinces her by actually just saying to her what she's thinking. At one point, he picks a number that she's thinking of between 1 and 1 million. It's at this point I found out that Bette Midler is a terrible fucking psychiatrist. Like, she says to him, first of all, Freud died wondering like the answer to the question, what do women want? Like, now you are the person that has the power. And I'm thinking, you're a fucking woman. Like, all we have to do is ask you. Like, no one needs a superpower to find out what you want or what you're thinking. So, you're a therapist. Like, why don't you realize this?
She basically winds up the evil and sets him loose.
She says to him, you could use this to your advantage. And he gets, like, this evil smile on his face. And he becomes, like, a goddamn supervillain. Like, she turns him into a monster.
After she says, like, hey, you mind if I burn one in here?
Yeah,
That was kind of weird. It was sort of added in.
Well, Mel Gibson's like, fuck yeah, you can smoke. I smoke everywhere. Like, let's all smoke.
Have you ever gone to a therapist?
No, I never have.
I mean, I think everybody should.
Yeah.
I went to a therapist. I ever tell you about my therapy? I went for about 6 months, and I stopped going to this therapist because he fell asleep twice during the sessions.
Really?
And if you want to know what the bottom of the barrel looks like, it's pouring your heart out to a therapist and hearing somebody snore.
Oh my God.
He was a great guy.
Was he?
And he taught me some stuff.
Great guy. Terrible therapist.
Yeah, I mean, some of the lessons he taught me I still use to this day, but that is emotional abuse.
Don't they charge by the hour? I would be asking for like my money back for the minutes that he was asleep.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, you were asleep for like 20 there. You think you would knock a little bit off of the bill?
Just too depressed to even go on at that point.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything's better now, though, folks.
But, you know, so we get like basically like a bunch of scenes where he's just using he's realized that, first of all, did he need someone to fucking tell him? He's an idiot. Like, he needed someone to actually explain to him, like, if you can read their thoughts, you can, like, make them do whatever you want, basically. Like, he couldn't figure this out on his own. So, you know, he goes back to the coffee shop. He reads Marissa Tomei's mind and gets her to agree to go on a date with him.
Yeah, he says the exact thing she wants to hear, which...
Yeah, because he knows what women want. I said the thing. Then we see him at work, and he is just basically stealing Helen Hunt's ideas. Like, Alan Alda walks in with a mock-up ad, and she looks at it, thinks about what she thinks about it, and then he says what she was thinking. So that Alan Alda's like, those are some great ideas. And she's just like, what the fuck?
It's actually pretty well written, the way it works, too, because she says just enough in her brain to make her actually question, like, damn, is this guy just this good? He's seeing this stuff and saying it faster than me. Like...
Yeah, and he's basically gaslighting her in like every sense of the word. Like he's making her think that she might be insane because she'll like have an idea, he'll say it, and she's like, "Did I say that out loud? Like I don't know what's happening anymore. Like I don't know what's going on." It's a terrible thing to do to someone.
Yeah.
If you could read minds, this is a terrible way to do it. He's slowly starting to use this power to make her look bad at her job so that she loses it.
And also make her go a little bit insane.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes home, and his daughter... well, there's also a scene, so after they do the whole thing where he steals her idea, someone comes in and lets him know that his daughter's on the phone. So he gets on the phone with his daughter, and Helen Hunt, he can hear all of her thoughts, and she's like, oh, he has a daughter, I didn't realize. Like, she's like kind of starting to think there's more to this guy. Like, I'd heard he was an awful person, but he actually seems okay. So he even uses these thoughts to his advantage, because he gets on the phone with his daughter, she doesn't really want to talk to him, she's very short with him, and he extends the conversation further than like after she hangs up and makes himself look like a really nice, sweet guy.
Yes, because it's not enough that you're going to make this girl go crazy. You got to bang her too, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously.
Paul Reiser knew what was going on.
So he goes home. His daughter had called because she wanted to have some friends over. And he walks into the room and all the friends are like, ugh, this guy, deadbeat dad, doesn't have any food in the fridge. So again, he just flips everything on him. Like, hey, why don't you girls order a pizza? I know there's no food in the house. I apologize. Like, basically just apologizing for everything that they hate him for right out of the gate without them knowing that he knows. Flips them completely. Like, they're like, oh, he's the best dad ever all of a sudden. Daughter doesn't see through the bullshit. She's still not happy with him. But he tells her that he wants to take her out prom dress shopping. You know, that's the most important part of like getting ready for prom is the dress, and he wants to take her out. And she agrees to it begrudgingly.
Which sounds like hell, actually. As somebody that would never want to have a teenage girl of my own. Like, going prom dress shopping sounds like hell.
From here, you know, he lets the girls know, he's like, I got a date tonight, so I won't be here, but order a pizza, we're going to go dress shopping, yada, yada, yada. Then we cut to him and Marissa Tomei in bed. And this is another reason you don't want these powers. Because he is
the exact reason I want these powers.
No, he is trying to, like, they're in the process of beginning to have sex, and she is, in her mind, talking about what a bad kisser he is, that he's going to be a horrible lay. She comments on the fact that his penis is small. Like, you can hear all this. So he freaks out, and he has to get up and, like, leave the room for a minute. And when he comes back, he gives her the best sex of her life all of a sudden because he can read her mind and he knows exactly what she wants. But I would think, like, that would be the most awkward sex ever. Like, so he starts kissing her. She's like, oh, God, that's awful. And he has to change the way he's kissing. Then he, like, leans on her and like, she doesn't like that. So he has to, like, you would just be like stopping and starting everything until you hit the. It's like fucking picking a lock. Like you're trying like different positions and moves until like one
I
hits.
hate to ask you, have you ever had sex before?
I'm not answering that on this podcast.
Pretty sure that's literally the recipe right there.
I guess, but like, I don't know.
But at least he's got the inside scoop.
I guess it just seemed like it would be really awkward and hard. But after this, she's just fucking madly in love. Like, best sex of her life. She says, she calls him a sex god, and she says this to him. Nick Marshall is a sex god, and he just lays back in the bed and just gets this big evil grin again. Like this guy, he's a menace. Like he is on a path of destruction. He's gonna bang his way through Chicago and make someone lose their job.
Yes.
Right after this, where he gets this evil grin, we get him back at work, and we get a scene with Judy Greer again. And she drops all of her papers and her books, and she's talking in her inside her mind. She's like, "Oh, nobody sees me, nobody notices me." And he like stops and helps her pick up her stuff, and like kind of makes her like feel noticed, So he's actually does like have a heart. Like he sees this and hears this and thinks, "Oh, I need to help this girl."
Well, once he hears their inner monologues, he realizes they're human beings.
No, because he just used Marissa Tomei for sex. Like, he's not trying to bang Judy Greer. This is why, this is the one subplot which makes me think that he has a heart. Like, every other woman who he can hear their thoughts, he's either trying to get them fired and bang them, or just bang them. Like, this is pretty much, except for his daughter, he's obviously trying to just make her think that he's a good dad.
Yes.
The Judy Greer storyline is, the only one where I'm like, this is nice. Like, he's actually using his powers for good, for the most part. Like, he's not doing anything shady. It's all above the board. He's literally, genuinely concerned for this girl because he can tell that she's, down and possibly suicidal.
But this is also the same point where he realizes he can make women's lives better.
Yeah, I guess.
They do that montage where he's, rolling around, like it ends with him in the break room and all the women love him and he's saying all the right things to him. And I don't think he's doing that. He's doing that just to be a good guy.
Yeah.
He's not interested in sleeping with all the women in the break room. He just wants to make sure they're comfortable and happy.
Yeah, you're right.
And he's quit smoking, so you can tell he's a good guy now.
Yeah. He goes, you see a montage where he's sitting in beauty parlors, this, that, and then we see him, in the break room with all the girls, and he's telling them jokes, and they're all laughing, and they're jokes that, he's heard other women tell other women.
Yeah.
He's using stuff that, they're going to enjoy, not, his sexist jokes that he tells. And he's giving them life advice, and he's a good hype man if he wants to be. He's telling these women how to handle their relationships, and you're worth it, and and if they have any doubts, he can hear those doubts, and he's saying, "Hey, don't doubt yourself. This is going to work out for you." So he does have good intentions.
It's a lot of mirror scenes from the beginning of the movie.
It does, yeah. He's got good intentions to a degree. We get more scenes with him and Darcy, and they're actually going over some more ads, and he hands in a mock-up because he knows from her inner monologue that they're trying to get a Nike account with the women's division of Nike, and he wants to take that on, for selfish reasons. He wants the big fish because he wants to show what he can do, and he wants to use his new power to get this big account and show that he can actually, he knows what women want. He's what he's
Yes.
He's using it to further his career. So he brings her in a mock-up of a Nike ad. They go over it, and she kind of is looking at it and saying, it's not quite right. And he reads all of her thoughts to kind of steer her in the direction of what the right thing is for the ad. And they kind of collaborate together.
And flirt.
A lot. Yeah, they flirt a lot in this scene. This is where Helen Hunt really starts to fall for him. Because he's saying all the right things. Because he's got this superpower. He's saying everything she wants to hear. He's not who she thought he was. He's not who she thought he was. That's fucking hard to say. And he's kind of saying too, I heard all these bad things about you before you came here, and she says the same thing. And they both come to a conclusion, you're not as bad as I had heard.
And that's another thing about her too, is every character describes her as this cold-hearted,
bitch on wheels was my favorite way to describe her from early in the movie.
And even regardless of my obvious biases, she's lovely. The entire time, she does not a single thing that seems mean or cold-hearted.
No, she's business. She's all business. Business is hard.
Fuck yeah.
But what I like about her too is like she's not
She
like
got Stella on speed dial.
yeah, but she's not even like your typical I'm a business minded woman and I need like a man to like make me loosen up. Like she just seems like a nice person, but she's also takes her job seriously.
Yeah.
It's a good character. She's a good character. We get a little scene of flash forward like a few hours maybe, and he's getting ready to leave the office and she's still there very late working. He pops in and offers like he can hear her thinking that she's got so much to do and she feels so alone and she needs some help. So he actually comes in and like offers to help her, and they stay late at the office, like go over some stuff. They more bonding, more flirting, building more of a connection between the two of them. Next day, dress fitting montage.
Ugh.
What?
I don't know.
Come on, CJ.
I'm so over dress fitting montages at this point.
This is 2 in a row.
I mean, it's one thing that's just starting to weigh on me. Yeah.
I gotta say, I think Hugh Grant did it better in the last movie. But yeah, they go for a dress fit. He goes for the dress fitting with his daughter, and it's literally just like some pop bullshit. It's like Kelly Clarkson playing in the background. There's her coming in and out in different dresses, and him giving the thumbs up, the thumbs down. They can't agree on a dress. Finally,
that was C'est La Vie playing.
Who was that?
Even before? It was nobody. Really.
Okay.
I don't know why I even know the name of that song.
I don't even. He finds out, from listening to his daughter's thoughts, she gets her dress on and she goes, "This is going to be the dress I lose my virginity in." And he's like, "Oh, fuck. Another great reason to not want this power."
No, this is a reason to not want a daughter.
That's also true. So from here, they go to like a little diner for lunch, and he tries to have like a sex talk with her. And she's just like, you're the last person to give dating advice. And then in her mind, she's like, you haven't had one real relationship, like, ever. And also,
even counting my mother that you were married to.
I don't think Mel Gibson needed this power to know what women wanted. He just needs to be able to read fucking subtext. Like, at no point is like one of these women's thoughts like something that like adds to what they didn't already say. Like when she says, you're the last person to give dating advice, like you should just know. Oh, yeah, I get it, because I don't have good relationships. But then, like, the thought is, like, the exclamation point that makes him go, oh, geez, I didn't catch on to that the first time. It's just fucking dense.
It being true, I just didn't realize it until I heard somebody say it in the brain.
Yeah. So, the daughter really breaks him down with, like, her thoughts. Kicks his ass with mind bullets, basically.
Yeah.
And then she walks out, and all the other women around him at the diner are kind of, like, talking shit in their mind at him. You can't try to be a dad now, and like it's too late, buddy, and all this stuff. So we get a scene of him at home, and he's really starting to get in touch with his feminine side. They show you this because he's flipping through the television channels, and he stops on all the stuff that's like woman related.
This is another mirror scene from the beginning where he was flipping past these.
Yeah, so he gets to like boxing, and he's like, ugh, and he turns the channel. He settles on like a Richard Simmons infomercial with this woman like crying about being overweight, and he starts like bawling. He's like, what the hell is happening to me?
I like how you're laughing about this. This has literally been the last 6 months of our life. You realize that, right?
I know.
This movie mirrors me, other than the anti-Semitism.
I cry at the drop of a hat now. He gets a phone call, and you hear Darcy's voice, but it's like her thought. So they played like real fast and loose, like, so you can hear people's thoughts through the telephone now?
Yes.
Like, you don't even need to be around them to hear what they're thinking. So he says, Darcy? And she's like, oh, how did you know it was me? Because she never actually said anything. She said she was thinking about him. They decided to go on a date. So they go out for drinks at like this nice little jazz club, and they connect more and flirt, and then they kiss. And then he does like the first nice thing, I think, aside from the Judy Greer stuff. He's going to put her in a cab, and in her mind, she's going, just ask him to come home with you. Just ask him to come home with you. And he knows that she's thinking this, and he could seal the deal right here. But he says, it's been a great night, I'm going to go. So,
playing the long game.
No, this is where he's actually starting to have feelings for her. He's actually like, this isn't just...
What's not to love?
This isn't just sex anymore. This is all about that beautiful, beautiful Helen Hunt action.
Yep.
So yeah, he goes ahead and, says, I can't. He goes back to his apartment. Marissa Tomei is outside in the freezing cold, like shivering. Like,
and
outside
they make
of
reference
his
to the
window.
point this is like 4 or 5 a.m.
Oh, is it?
She says like we have to be at work in 3 hours. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing it's around 5.
Yeah,
maybe,
you're probably right. They probably started. It's probably like a 9 to 5 gig. So yeah. So he gets home, and we find out that he has completely ghosted Marissa Tomei, giving her the best sex of her life, connected with her on such a level where she felt like he was inside of her brain. not just her body. And she is just kind of like, hey, like, I told you I didn't want to get hurt. Like, that's why I didn't want to go out with you. And here we are. Like, 6 days have gone by.
She's manic.
Yeah, she is.
Like, she is playing this off like she is absolutely nuts.
But he gets out of this so conveniently because she is just like, I understand why you know what I'm thinking and you're so connected to your feminine side. You're gay. And he's just like, yep. Super, super gay. Gayest thing you've ever seen over here.
What's the best way you've ever broken up with somebody?
That's gotta be like...
That's gotta be top of a list right there.
Yeah, like it's... I mean, you definitely got like a get out of jail free card. And you're just like, yep,
I realized we had so much in common because I too love penises.
Gayer than the day is long over here.
Yep.
I really apologize. So, you know, that is tied up real nicely and neatly, and Marissa Tomei is not upset anymore, and she goes on her merry way. Next day is the day of the big, like, Nike presentation. He's basically stolen all the ideas from Darcy. Like, he's been using his powers to read her mind. They go in, he does the presentation, fucking nails it. They get the Nike ad. Everything's great. Like, but it looks like Darcy had nothing to do with it. Like, she's literally done, like, nothing she's really done is, like, helped.
Yeah.
She comes into the office at night to celebrate. She's got champagne, a couple glasses. Frank Sinatra's playing. They go out again. Well, she actually takes him. She has a new apartment, like, that she just bought. Because she got this brand new job, paying all this money. She bought a big new apartment, like 2 floors. They go in the room. They have, like, a nice little moment. They're dancing. They kiss again. Next day, he comes into the office. Alan Alda calls him in.
Gone.
Fired her ass. She's gone.
He's gotten everything he wanted.
It's all Mel Gibson's fault. And he's like, you have to hire her back. Like, all the ideas were hers. Like, I just gave the presentation. Like, she did it all. Doesn't tell him that he, like, stole the ideas, but basically is just like, she did all the work. Because Alan Alda has no fucking clue what's going on in his own office.
Yes.
And so he basically convinces him to rehire her. From there, he goes to leave to find her and let her know that she got her job back. On the way out, there's some women talking about how Judy Greer's character didn't come into work today. And
She's been missing for a few days.
No one's heard from her, and she's not at work. So Nick is like, oh my God. Like, he knows that she's suicidal.
It's his first truly selfless act.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Like, he wants to go and save the day to win the girl, but instead he's going to actually go save a girl.
Yeah, and like I said, this whole subplot with Judy Greer is like the only thing that's been like pure the entire movie. Where he, from the minute he could like hear her thoughts, has taken an interest in her and cared about her and wanted to like look out for her because he's worried about like her well-being. So he doesn't know where she lives, but I guess he knows the neighborhood. So he goes to, she lives in Chinatown. And in probably the weirdest scene in this movie, I think, he asks this small Asian woman with an umbrella for directions.
I thought she was going to get him murdered.
Well, so
it seemed like she was just leading him into a trap to get dead.
She doesn't say a word. She just smiles and nods, gives him the umbrella, leads him into an alleyway, and then just kind of like fades off. Like this,
Did she
this
know?
mystical Asian woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's a lightning storm, and it hits a transformer. It doesn't actually hit him. He doesn't get electrocuted, but there's like this big like mystical like scene where like this storm happens, and it seems like it means something, and you know, you don't really know right away, but you're like, this is something's happening. Like, this is strange because he's like looking up in awe at this transformer like exploding, being struck by lightning. So
you know what this is?
What?
Is they're like, well, how do we get him to lose these powers?
Yeah, there was no.
And Mel Gibson's just sitting in the back going, well, maybe we get a China woman to come in, take them away from me. They're all magical, right?
Oh God!
I'm sorry, he's Australian.
Yeah,
I can't do that accent.
I don't know why he's Southern.
Yeah.
Good day, everybody. So he finds Judy Greer's apartment, comes in.
Also, do you wish Pittsburgh had a Chinatown?
Fuck yeah!
Like, how fucking cool does that look?
It would be. I would love a Chinatown.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Gotta interrupt this to just think about how awesome Chinatown is.
It's fine. So he finds her apartment. The door's unlocked. He walks in. He's looking for her. He actually finds like a note, like a suicide note.
Yeah.
Can't find her, then turns around and she's there just ready to whack him with like a tennis racket, I think. Like, she's still alive, thank God. And she's like, why are you here? And he realizes that like he can't hear her thoughts anymore. Like, the power is gone. He can't hear it.
The mystic lady took him.
Yeah. So he actually, what he does is he kind of like tells her, shows her that she has noticed. tells her they just got this big Nike account. He's going to need like a new copywriter. He's going to need some more people on his team. She had applied earlier, and like this is when he was a dick and he just ignored it. But now he knows, he has feelings now. He's got a heart. So he offers her a job, and she's like ecstatic. She's happy.
He cures her suicidal tendencies.
Exactly. This is all it took. All she wanted was
By the way,
Pepsi.
not how that works.
Just one Pepsi. And instead, she got a copyright job.
If you're a suicidal person, getting a win is great for the day, but you also need to get some help. Like you need to maybe see a therapist.
You're looking for too much here, CJ. That's not what they're looking for in this movie. So from there, he leaves. He gets a phone call from his ex-wife. The daughter had tried calling her like 3 times. She's frantic. It's night of the prom, and the phone cut out. So now he has to go help her. So again, instead of going to see Helen Hunt, he goes off to another good deed for one of these women that he's been trying to get to know better and using the thoughts to get ahead. He goes to the prom, finds her. It turns out like the boyfriend was pressuring her into sex, and she decided she wasn't ready.
He was grooming her.
He was grooming her. Decided that she didn't want to have sex. She wasn't ready, and he left her for another girl. So she's like all upset and devastated. He talks her down off the ledge, makes her feel better, and takes her home. From here, it's like 1 a.m, and now he's going to go to Helen Hunt and find out, tell her that she got her job back and everything's good. He goes to her new apartment. They have a conversation. He tells her like everything. He tells her that like he stole all the ideas. Doesn't tell her that he had superpowers or anything, but just like basically says, I took your ideas. They were all your ideas. I just took them for myself.
Yes, which would make me question, like, holy hell, this guy is so good at social engineering.
Yeah.
That he was able to make me think ideas and then steal them before I said them.
Yeah. Like something's up here. But he tells her that she has her job back. She hasn't been fired. So what does she do? She immediately fires him, which I thought was great. She's like, oh, I have a job now? I guess you're fired.
Yes.
So she fires him. Then he goes to leave, and she comes out and calls him back. And basically, he had also like confessed to her that he like really cares about her. And he originally just like started to get to know her because he was trying to like get ideas and like didn't want her to have the job, but he fell in love with her. After she fires him, then she also like tells him that she loves him. They kiss, roll credits. That's what women really want, CJ.
It's an end to Mel Gibson.
yeah, basically. So that's it. Do you have any grand gestures, flowers for this thing?
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it while we were talking about that TV scene where he's watching it. That's about the point in which I realized this is about the same journey that I've been on for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Not exactly. Like, we've been watching these movies, and when you really think about it, all these movies were like written and produced by dudes, so we really don't know what women want any better.
Well, the funny thing is,
but it has changed who I am a little bit to look at things from a new perspective.
Yeah. What's funny is this movie was actually written and directed by a woman.
Was it really?
Yeah, Nancy Myers. We're going to see her a lot on our list, actually. She's done quite a few movies that are definitely on our list.
Yeah,
she's
a lot of the movies we watch are written and directed by women, but a lot of them are not.
Yeah, no, I think there's probably a bit of a split there. Like
yeah.
50-50.
So a lot of times it's a lot of men telling you what women want. Hey, if I was writing a movie about romance, that'd be exactly what I'd be doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's about it. Like, this movie was a movie. I mean, Jim Carrey should have done it. That was all I could think.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it being more slapsticky with him.
Yeah.
I could see that working. The other thing I got is just that Alan Alda is just a terrible fucking boss. Like, I was thinking the whole movie, like, there's points where, Helen Hunt would come in with an idea, and Mel Gibson had already presented it. They'd have, like, mock-ups, and they were identical. And at no point was he like, well, this guy had never been turning in work like this before. And now all of a sudden, like, everything he turns in is amazing, and it's exactly what she was doing. He was never like thought like,
never
hey,
questioned it.
No, yeah,
yeah, you're right.
That's like really my only complaint. Not my only complaint about this movie, but the only thing I thought about that I didn't get to touch on was just how shitty Alan Alda is at his job. That's all. Just fucking shit boss. Pay attention, Alan Alda.
I think I'd be a good ad exec.
Yeah, I mean, all you do is sit in your office and drink whiskey, and then once in a while you're like, just change the font, and we're good.
Yep,
this looks nice. I mean, I'm here for it.
I love it.
All right. Do you want a chick flick to a dick flick this thing?
Yeah, I think I got a good one.
Well, then let me go first because I didn't have a lot of time to put a lot of thought in this. So if this movie reminded me of anything, it's the movie Unbreakable with Bruce Willis. So you know how like at the end of the movie he like brushes up against someone and can like see what they've been doing?
Yes.
So in my version of this movie, we're going to really like empower Judy Greer. We're not going to make her like, yeah, she's a little odd. She's a little different at the office. She's quiet. She's quiet because she is like a serial murderer. And she's like locking people up in her basement. She's cutting them up. She's like a real Buffalo Bill. Like,
Fuck.
But like a badass. So he's going through his day and he starts hearing her like, I need to get more lotion for the basket. And I need to, like, what's the best way to dispose of a human body?
Sorry, I'm not yelling fuck because it's such a great idea. It's such a familiar idea.
Oh, fuck. So he keeps hearing her have all these thoughts about, you know, these awful things she's doing. And so he, like, eventually decides, like, I have to try to stop this. So he's on his way there. Just like this movie, he's on his way there. And he loses his powers somehow. So he gets to the apartment, and it's kind of like that scene in Silence of the Lambs where, like...
where it's pitch black.
And, like, he can't hear thoughts anymore, so he doesn't know where she's at, like, what she's thinking. But in this version, Judy Greer gets the upper hand on Mel Gibson and, like, locks him in her basement and ends up murdering him. Because she's like, you're such an awful person. Like, I've seen the way you've treated women your entire life. You're such a shit person. Like, you deserve to die. And Judy Greer murders Mel Gibson.
Oh, she like Dexters him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She Dexters his ass. Yeah. And then she ends up still getting a nice job at the ad agency, and she ends up running the place. And she does a hell of a job.
Little cherry on the top.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
She's really good at it. I
great
actually,
serial killer, great ad exec.
It's funny is the whole time I was watching this movie, the exact same thing.
Really?
Even down to Judy Greer.
Oh, fuck.
Because she's the one that was the most troubled in it.
So we have the same... is this a first?
I think this might be a first,
Yeah.
but I did have a backup.
Okay.
And this actually goes along with one of your favorite movies of all time. I'll let you see if you can figure out what it is.
Okay.
So everything's fine and dandy up until the point where he is starting to, like, post Bette Midler, where he's having fun with it.
Yeah.
And then he's at a diner, and these women are talking, and one of them says something about a meeting later that afternoon with the other ladies, and then one of them says something in an obvious, like, weird foreign tongue, but in her mind. And he's like, what the hell is this? It's like garbled, like, blah, blah, blah. And this happens, like, randomly every once in a while. And then he starts to realize that all the women on the planet, you know, like men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Women on this planet are literally from another planet.
Oh.
They have all come down.
Fucking they live.
Yes,
You
sir.
they lived it. Yeah.
So he discovers that...
I'm here to chew bubblegum and wear control top pantyhose.
Yes.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
He discovers that women are literally just a cabal of evil, and there are multiple planets of men that they literally are just using as a breeding ground to make more women.
I fucking love that so much. Fantastic.
They live.
Was Rowdy Piper still alive in 2000? I think he was. Can we just swap Mel
Absolutely.
Gibson out with Rowdy Piper?
How good would that
Oh,
be?
it'd be so great.
Oh,
All right. Fucking beautiful. I think we did a couple solid ones today. Let's Nick Cage it. You can go first on this one.
I'm making him Cameron. I
The
know he was-
18-year-old boyfriend?
He's sort
That's
of a...
so creepy and gross.
Yeah, it makes it even creepier and grosser, but like... You know, imagine if she's like, yeah, he's 18, Dad, and then like the door opens and it's fucking Nick Cage. 45-year-old Nick Cage.
Oh, God. I'm here for your daughter.
That's where I want him to be. I know he's a groomer, and it's a little weird. I don't normally like putting Nick in those situations, but it really makes sense. That shock reveal is what I want.
All right. I like it. Excellent. So I went like on a little bit of a limb here. Like so when we first start watching this movie, there's a scene where he's watching television and The Hunt for Red October is on, starring Sean Connery.
Yes.
Like, this is so easy. Like, he's not really in the movie, but he's kind of in the movie. And I could just connect Sean Connery to Nicolas Cage. One step. One and done. Like,
Yep.
we're done here.
Winners fuck the prom queen.
But then he was watching TV a little bit later in the movie. And he's watching a Richard Simmons infomercial.
Oh.
So I've decided to connect Richard Simmons to Nicolas Cage. Richard Simmons, not a lot of acting credits. I really thought there would be none. But he's been in a few things. He usually plays himself. He was in a few episodes of Arrested Development.
Oh.
One of the stars of that show, Will Arnett, played
Judy Greer was
Gob
also
Bluth.
in Arrested Development a good bit.
So Will Arnett played Gob Bluth. He also plays Batman in the Lego Batman movie.
It's Job.
Job? I don't know.
That's the on-running joke in the show.
No.
Is they call him Gob.
I've honestly never seen it. I just looked on IMDb and it's spelled G-O-B, so I thought his name was Gob.
It's the on-running joke.
Okay. So Joe Bluth. Will Arnett also plays Batman in the Lego Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Alfred in those movies is played by Ralph Fiennes. Ralph Fiennes was in Red Dragon, one of the sequels to Silence of the Lambs. He plays the Red Dragon. Also starring Edward Norton. Edward Norton in The Italian Job. The Italian Job also stars, topical for this week, this will obviously air a few weeks later, Donald Sutherland died this week.
Oh.
Sadly. Good guy. Great actor.
I just learned this now.
Oh, I'm sorry to break it to you.
Sorry, man.
So Donald Sutherland was in The Italian Job. Donald Sutherland also in Lord of War. With Nicolas Cage. Great movie. With Nicolas Cage. So that is how you connect Richard Simmons to Nicolas Cage.
I'm going to connect myself to watching Lord of War later tonight.
I'm going to go home and watch Sweating the Oldies. Let's rate it.
Yeah, you first.
This is tough. I'm trying to take my dislike of Mel Gibson as a person out of this, and it's really hard. This movie is funny. Like, it made me laugh. Like, it has some good jokes. Like, for as shitty of a person as he's good in this. He plays, like, the shitty guy down to a T. And, like, his growth in this movie is not terrible. It's believable that, like, he learns from the things he can hear and, like, grows as a person. And the females in this movie are all, like I said, I mean, stacked cast, like, top to bottom, as far as, like, the women actors in this. And they all do a great job.
Couldn't agree more.
So I think I'm going to go 2.75.
Wow. Okay.
And I liked this movie, but I just, such a hard time with Mel Gibson. And, like, he is just, like, a shitty person in this, like, not likable. And the fact that he's not likable in real life now makes it even harder to root for the guy. So I had a real hard, like I said, if you'd asked me in 2000 when I watched this, I might have rated it like a 3.5. Because it is funny. Like, it's not a bad movie. Just, Mel Gibson, man. He's fucking broke my heart, man. I fucking, like, Mel Gibson was up there. For me, it's like fucking Bruce Willis is like a number one. Like, as far as just like action, like, guys that like a ton of great movies that like I loved as a kid and just like still love to this day. And then Mel Gibson, man. He, like, Lethal Weapon, fucking Mad Max movies, Bird on a Wire. Yeah. Like, so much good stuff.
You feel like it's personal. Like, why did you do this to me, Mel?
Yeah, like, I always thought you were a good guy, and you're fucking not. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a 2.75. It's better than average just because, like I said, the acting I thought was fine in it. The women are all great in it. I feel bad giving it such a low rating because I feel like they deserve more, but, like, Mel Gibson just fucking he takes a lot of score off of this movie for me.
I believe I can do this pretty fairly without even thinking of Mel Gibson and still only give it a 2.25.
Wow, didn't like it, huh?
Yeah, it was just a movie.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing too special about it. Like you said, the female side of this cast was stacked.
Yeah.
Which was basically the entire rest of the cast other than Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
You know, Alan Alda had a bit part in it.
Yeah, and then his one, like, douchey friend. But it's pretty much Mel Gibson just acting
Yeah,
alongside
he
a
is-
tour de force cast of women.
He's fantastic in it. I mean, for, you know, being a douchebag anti-Semite, like, you gotta say there was a time where we didn't know that, and he was good at what he did. So yeah, like a 2.25. I'll probably never watch this again.
Okay.
But
It's not what CJ
I
wants.
will go and watch Liar Liar again, or The Yes Man. Any of those movies.
Okay.
Like the other movies that this was basically in the same vein as.
So what CJ wants is more Jim Carrey.
I'm thinking so. Is he on our list at all? Eternal Sunshine?
Yeah, I think Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind might be on there.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if it's a chick flick, but it's definitely a romance movie.
maybe we'll roll that up today.
If it's not on there, we'll put it on there.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, I guess with that being said, we should roll for our next movie, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull the old list up here. We are at 202 movies.
All right. I'm going to put this at 203. Because if we hit 203, that's Eternal Sunshine.
It might already be on the list. Don't do it yet.
Okay.
202.
All right. Let's hit this number generator. We have number 107.
107. I mean, look. Oh. Father of the Bride. You familiar with Father of the Bride?
I've seen this one before.
I have too. I don't. It's been forever. What that, like an early 90s movie, I think? I probably haven't seen it since the early 90s.
I mean, Steve Martin is.
Steve Martin. I remember.
Speaking of people that age like fine fucking wine.
That guy's look the same. I guarantee you he looks the same in this movie than he does right now.
Not a problematic bone in his body. This is going to be great. I'm happy.
Just nice grandpa playing the banjo and making me laugh.
I think Steve
Martin Short?
Martin Short's in this.
Martin Short.
Well, right?
I think Diane Keaton.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
I think so. So, yeah. All right. So, next week, Father of the Bride. That's way less problematic than this movie. Thank God.
Is that like a romance movie? I guess it is.
I don't know. I don't know how it got on the list. I don't remember. Like, I feel like it's more like maybe like a family comedy, but
I guess next week we'll decide.
There's a marriage, so, I mean, they can't all be hits, We're going to have a few misses on this list as far as, like, what classifies, but at this point, I mean, we're playing role. Just like this movie that we just watched, playing fast and loose with the roles of mind reading. We're doing the same thing here with the list.
That's true. One day we're gonna get.
One minute you can hear a woman's thoughts. 1 minute you can hear a dog's thoughts. 1 minute you're hearing thoughts over the telephone. Like it, shit happens. All right then. Well, until next week when we discuss Father of the Bride, please remember like us, subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts.
That's like us just in general.
Yeah,
I mean that doesn't even mean social media.
Yeah, just please.
I really need your validation.
Yeah, exactly. We like to be liked, but also if you could hit that like button and the subscribe button, it helps us out immensely. It gets us into the algorithms of other people and might get us some more listeners. As always, we've got the email out there, you've.gotmails@yahoo.com. Again, just hit us up. At this point, we'll talk about anything. So you just ask us a question. We want to start like a mailbag thing. Maybe I begged and pleaded for some info on where our listeners were hailing from. And I feel like maybe some of you don't want to be called out and would like to just remain anonymous. So just drop us a question. Like we'll talk literally anything. I mean, if you ask, I'll try on Control Top Pantyhose and let you know how it felt. Just got to send that email and I'm on it. And then until next time, when we talk about Father of the Bride, stay romantic and don't be shit at each other.
Now it's time to get this douchebag the fuck out of my house.
What's that?
Huh? Nothing. Hey, man, great episode.
Yeah, it was good. Thanks.